Hi, this is David Marsh with imini Did a blog post or two blog posts. I was showing some different charts and got a lot of responses from it. We did a webinar and we were showing different charts of different markets using our Pro Indicator software. So a lot of people have asked me to do a live trade and catch it on video. So I've got the Nasdaq minis up, the NQ September 2010 contract. Be honest, don't think I've traded the Nasdaq in probably years. Okay, but I'm just using Pro Indicator version 2. I'm using the same tick chart that I do on the the S&P 500 E-minis. So nothing special, and just gonna wait for a short trade. Gonna take the trade and see if I can make, let's say 10 ticks off of the trade. I don't have a system for the Nasdaq. Why? Because I don't trade it. I trade the S&P 500, and I got a great system for that. But Pro Indicator version 2, which knows our trades, does very well on other markets as well. In fact, a lot of students tell me that they're trading Forex markets, they're trading overseas guys are trading the FTSE, we got guys trading oil and gold. It can be used for all markets. And of course, Pro Indicator version 2 knows all three of our setups, the normal system entries, the early entry techniques, as well as the pullback trades. So again, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just kind of going to use a stop loss of 8 ticks, profit target of 10 ticks. As we know, it's $20 a point. Now we're getting ready to go short here. So as it goes short, we're going to just jump in about 9, 10, 50. I'm going to use a little bit of the same rules that I use trading the S&P as far as entering. Okay, I want to stay close. So I'm gonna jump in. Well, look at that. We're already in. We got short at 9, 10, 50. And again, I don't know the Nasdaq market. Okay, don't ever trade it. But I'm just using Pro Indicator. Took a short trade and see if we can make some profit off the trade. And you guys can see Pro Indicator working on different markets. That's what you guys asked for. That's what I'm doing. So again, you would want to understand my system, though. This is something I've said to some of you via email and etc. That, can you just, why don't you just sell Pro Indicator version 2 if it can be used on other markets? Well, you need to understand what's creating these trades. We've got other trade setups as well, and you're simply not going to understand because it's not really just a black box system. I mean, I suppose at a certain degree you could use it as a black box system. Okay, but I want you to understand what everything is, how everything goes, what's making everything click, if you will. So you've got to be a student, and you want to learn my system on the S&P 500 E-minis, and learn it well before you start taking trades or playing with other markets. Okay, so like even this trade here, this is a live trade, and you can see it's a live trading account, just 2 contracts, and I'm just basically using some basic entry rules that I use for the S&P to place my entry off this. As far as exit, is 10 ticks good? Is 7 ticks good? 8 ticks good? Really not too sure. So we're just going to go for 10 ticks, and we'll just see what happens. And again, I'll probably do another trade on a different market. I know a lot of you guys are showing a lot of interest in the Nasdaq, so I'm showing that. But again, this is just using Pro Indicator version 2 and what I teach in my tick trader system. So we're going to let this trade cook a little bit. Don't want the video to get too long, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. And we'll come back here in a little bit and we'll let this move down. We may end up, if it gets slow, we may just grab a small profit. But in any event, we're going to let this cook a little bit and then we'll come back here in a little bit. All right, we're back. Markets definitely moved very nice in our favor here. Look at this. I'm going to go ahead and take my stop loss to break even. We've got 2 good points of profit in here. Actually going to take it down a little bit more into profit. So, we normally I go for 4 ticks on the S&P. We've already got, a lot. We've already got 8 ticks on the Nasdaq here. So we'll see if this wants to break down really quick and give us a full 10 tick profit. It may just bounce up here and just give us a small profit. But, again, I don't have a defined system. Trade in Nasdaq, just like I said, probably the first trade I've taken off the Nasdaq in years, and this is real. It's real life. I'm not trying to sell you a Nasdaq system because I don't have one. Again, you would have to know my tick trader system before you try to apply it with Pro Indicator to different markets such as the Nasdaq. and kind of play around with what you would want to do. So, but now what I look at now is to say, well, okay, we obviously broke through 1909. It really turned down really quick. May not be a bad idea jumping out about right now. We got some profit locked in. We may get some support, but we'll give it a second, see if it wants to break through 50. And if it does, well, I'm going to take this down a couple more ticks. And 1908, if you're pretty happy with that, we can simply just drag that up. See if we can jump out at 1908 and a quarter, as it's usually easier to jump off at quarters as it is on whole numbers, right? So it's either going to jump up here and stop us out for about 4 ticks, or we would have actually been filled at 1908 and a quarter if we have moved it up. And this may go even further. Again, I'm not a Nasdaq trader. I've never claimed to be. I'm just trying to show you a real trade off of a real market, just based off of last week's webinar and the responses that I received from that, as well as the blog. So, and in any event, we're going to at least make some profit if it bounces up here. So we're at 1908. It hit 1908 and a quarter. I moved it up. We just got stopped out with a profit. Nothing wrong with that. And that's something a lot of guys do too with my system, is they'll use pro indicator on a longer term tick chart and just run a